because StreamYard is acting up, man. I don't know what's going on. So I'll wait until y'all get over here. This is crazy, man. I'm getting ready to cancel the StreamYard. I don't know what's going on. It wouldn't let me go live. It wouldn't even, the setup was even wrong. Normally it'll have the camera, then all the settings underneath, and the audience on the right hand side. Hey, what's up, K Dallas? Yeah, I had to move my live stream over to YouTube from StreamYard. What's up, Cisco? He said, how you feel about what's going on in America? We're going to talk about that. What do you mean, that plane crash? Other than that, I'm not going to talk about America. But welcome, everybody. I want to apologize. My StreamYard isn't working right. What's up, Blizzard, bro? Yeah, I'll wait for a few more people. Okay, here we go. Yeah, the peso's 58.42. To anybody just joining us, the StreamYard, man, is malfunctioning. So I had to move my live stream here. But get the thumbs up, guys. Come on, support me. Subscribe if you like my content. What's up, Ron? But today's title, is how to be a good neighbor in the Philippines. And of course, this is your live stream. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. Just put it over here in the comments. What's up, Michael Alexander? And we'll talk about a few other things. But yeah, that peso's holding strong. What's up, Jabraz? I do want to remind everybody to meet and greet. Since it's February 1st here in the Philippines, our meet and greet is February the 15th, 2 weeks from today, in Lapu-Lapu at Bimbo's Sports Bar and Grill. The time flies, man. I'm asking y'all to show up. Let's show up and show out. Good food, good people, good conversation. Have a good time, man. Don't take this for granted. When you're in the Philippines, you don't get to be around a lot of good people like that. What's up, Hood Jay? He said the best neighbor is one to stay to themselves. Well, that's always in the mix. What's up, Nomadic Benito? Richard Owens Sr. But I do want to talk about that plane crash, man. When Edward Lawler mentioned that to me the other day, man, my heart sunk. And then I've been watching videos of it. I stopped watching it, man, because y'all know how I am when it comes to getting on the airplane. And that has to be a person's worst nightmare, a mid-air collision. Imagine they're getting ready. They're getting everything together. The captain's already told the flight attendants to prepare for landing. They're 300 to 400 feet, above ground. They're 2,400 feet from the runway. And now all of a sudden, a Black Hawk helicopter smashes into them, man. Hopefully, man, they didn't suffer. Hopefully they didn't suffer, man. He says if you get to Cebu City on Thursday before the meet and greet, Cal, let me know. I want to get a patch. Okay. If you have time. All right, yeah, because I've got to be in Dumaguete. The embassy is going to be in Dumaguete on the 12th. So what I'm going to do is go there and find out what the hell's going on with my passport. They said they need some additional information. I don't know what JRC done or what they're talking about. But, they make those rounds and they're going to be in Dumaguete. So I'm going to go there on the 12th. Then I'll go right over there. Okay, Cisco. What's up, Jeffrey? But yeah, imagine, man, some of those people probably didn't die on impact. They probably fell, that's like 40 stories and hit that damn cold ass water. It's like hitting concrete, man. And it's just a shame. And then that smart ass president of ours, he makes it political, starts talking about DEI, and people are ignorant. Okay, so if the guy says, excuse me, what do I think about what's going on in America, man? I don't pay that stuff any attention. I know we got an ignorant ass president. Oh, no problem, Cisco. Yeah, I'll bring you a patch. And anybody else interested in getting a patch, man, do me a favor, hand me one of those patches out of there. He said, yeah, just imagine if Kamala became president. Well, it doesn't matter. He said, you mean Eagles not beating the what? What's he talking about? The Chiefs? The Reps, yeah. There's the patch, guys. It's a souvenir, man. A collector's item, really. 400 pesos. Montel, he said, hey, Cal, I thought you canceled because of a brownout. No. That damn StreamYard, man, is malfunctioning, man. I may not use it anymore. I'll just use YouTube. YouTube wants you to do that anyway. Yeah, it is a nice patch, man. AI designed it. I put it in the AI. They designed it. And then my buddy, Sammy Davis up in Angeles City, you know, he got all the hookups. He took it to the place and the lady sold this damn thing just like it. He said, yeah, extremely tragic. I used to work out of Alexandria, Virginia. This is Golden Gate. And have flow in and out of that airport at night, early AMI, so many military aircraft. Yeah, something was wrong because according to the experts, you know, the experts and the news reports, the helicopter that's not their airspace. They're usually lower. What's up, Key Cal, 5 Aqua? Say, greetings, Cal. Good to see you. I appreciate your channel. Man, thank you. He said, Cal just sucks. Those bad expats put a bad name on all expats. Well, there's some truth to that, but really, honestly, the majority, overwhelming majority of expats over here are great people. But they put us all in one basket and then, you know, they only remember the bad stuff. We seem to remember that. He says they reported earlier that they think about 15 would need to wait to be recovered until the plane is retrieved and dewatered. Man, that's bad. That's really sad. I guarantee you they didn't die on impact, man. A lot of people fell out of that plane. I'm just hoping that they didn't suffer, man. That's got to be a nightmare. Hey, Simplifies. Hey, Cal, was wondering, did you finish building those 4 houses up there in the mountains where your son's family live? Well, we finished 2, and then the trolls came after me causing trouble. You know, saying that I was raising money, which I wasn't. Okay? There was only 2 people that helped me up there. But once we finished 2, we didn't even go back. I haven't even been back because my son is in America now. But yeah, we did finish 2 houses. And you know, that's the sad part over here. You know, people think that everybody scam out. I don't have to scam anybody. Yeah, they gave me a lot of trouble for that. I may go back and just don't, you know, publicize it or anything, but I did those 2 because that's how much money we raised. We raised 100,000. Yeah, but that was 3 years ago, almost 4 years ago, man. I haven't been back up there. But yeah, we did do 2 and they came out great. Cisco says, I don't know, Eagles look strong. They got Saquon this time around. He's on a mission. Yeah, I hope they beat the Chiefs. I hate that three-peat stuff, man. And, you know, I don't have no skins in the game. He said, I'm going with the Chiefs. Yeah, that's next week, man. I know this week is going to That's all that's on YouTube and television. They're gonna go in everybody's backgrounds and find out where they went to high school and all the stories and everything. Well, you got to realize, football is in order to win the Super Bowl, you have to. That's a team uh, thing, okay? And remember, it's all subjective. He says if Mahomes wins, I'll put him above Montana. They're both great players, man. Why does everybody have to be the greatest of all time? I don't get it. You got to understand that the competition in the NFC just isn't as good as what it is over in the AFC. So once they reach the Super Bowl, they're beating those NFC teams. The competition is not the same anymore. That's just my opinion. What's up, Thomas Marshall? Yeah, he said, I don't like Brady, but y'all act like he don't exist. Yeah, it's all subjective. That sports is so divisive, man. I don't really pay attention to it like that, like I used to growing up. Because they get some badass calls, man. I tell you that. What's up, Jacob Tanjay? He said, yeah, show some love, crew. He says, I can't stand the constant comparisons. Yeah, it's like childish to me. It's like, you're never going to win that argument. If I think that one quarterback or one player is the best and you think somebody else, what's the point? You're going to have a headache. He said, Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders are my favorite players of all time. They certainly were exciting. But, they're talking about, it's all subjective. They talking about Deion Sanders, the greatest athlete of all time. Shit. Lamar Jackson is just as athletic as Deion Sanders, just that they all come along at different times, man. So Deion stood out when he came out. He said, come on, hit the thumbs up. Thank you. What's up, Michael? What time's it travels? Yeah, the GOAT debate. It's going to go on. I was watching something, I think it was today or last night on the facility. And they're talking about if Mahomes wins, he's going to be the greatest athlete of all time. I'm like, come on, guys. Y'all crazy. Like nobody else has won a three-peat. Like Shaq and Kobe didn't win a three-peat. Probably could have won a four-peat. Like Jordan didn't do it twice. People just do that for clicks and views. This generation now, man, y'all over the top. It's all about the greatest of all times, man. Y'all need to stop that. What's up, Vernon Smith? He said, how you doing from Goldsboro, North Carolina? He said, I'm retiring to the Philippines next year. Yeah, my son is in Raleigh at the moment. He said, Bo was better than Deion. Yeah, certainly. But, it's just a debate. It's just subjective. It's always going to go on. But that plane crash has been on my mind, man. I wake up out of my sleep, seeing them little kids falling out of that plane. And then people are speculating, man. Let the experts come in and figure that out. He said, my girlfriend is a diehard Birds now. I had to show her some support for her Filipino volleyball squad. Yeah, people don't think, I watch Filipino volleyball over here. He said, hey, brother Cal, we're back in the 70s here in H-Town. The cold was brutal. Oh, yeah. But see, Jacob, you know what we messaged back and forth. I told you, I said, yeah, they always comparing the weather in Houston to the Philippines. Man, stop with that, okay? Y'all get a break every now and then with cool weather. Y'all even had snow this last time around. There's no snow over here, man. Stop with all that foolishness. We're in Southeast Asia. We're in the tropics, damn it. There ain't none of that foolishness, man. What's up, Deron Clark? Yeah, the Celtics. He said, what's the live stream talking about today, Alpino? This is how to be a good neighbor in the Philippines. You know, here's something, man. We talk about just about everything on these channels. Relationships, cost of living, safety, okay? But we very seldom talk about um, how to be a good neighbor over here, how to coexist with the locals, live, you know, side by side with them. And you don't have to kiss nobody's ass over here or anywhere else to get along. Something called mutual respect. But I wrote down here, there's a word, it's endure. Endure. It means to cause to love alike. And here's what I'm saying. Filipinos, they welcome us, but they don't automatically like or love us. You know, there are some things we can do to endear them to us. And I just got a few things down here. You know, one thing that I do, I speak to everybody. I don't care who it is, because you don't know who the mayor is. People over here, they're really humble, man. You don't know the mayor, the governor. You don't know who people are. So I speak to everybody. If I don't wave, I speak. I do that nod like that. But that's a good way to acknowledge people. Don't just walk past them like we do in America, man. You know, we don't speak anymore like we used to. I remember I was in Cebu, when I lived in Cebu, Labangan, and I'm at the grocery store, and I walk down the aisle, and there's a lady bent over. She's getting something, and she raises up, and it's the governor of Cebu, Gwendolyn. What's her last name, honey? The mayor of the governor of Cebu, Gwendolyn. Well, anyway, it was her. And I was shocked because her bodyguard was at the front entrance as you walk in. It was the Roston store. It's still there. And, you know, I'd say, hey, you know, I knew who she was. But she was nice. She was real humble, man. She's a tiny woman. But boy, she powerful. So I speak to everybody. But, you know, what time did travel? Said, shit, Cal, me too. I'm about to board that damn plane in 2 months. You know, air travel is still the safest by far. And now every captain is guaranteeing the passengers that they're responsible for their safety. Well, hell, we pay you for that. And they reassuring the public because, you know, people throwing out that conspiracy stuff, that the man did it intentionally. It was a sabotage and all that. Scaring people. Scaring people. Yeah, he says, did you hear it was snowing in Florida? Thomas said, they got me nervous to fly to Vietnam this May. I wouldn't. What's up, Philippine Paradise? There's Harry Shoulders. He said, start by learning the customs. Take your damn shoes off at the door. Show some respect to your neighbor. Yeah, I got down here, be humble. You know, and I don't think I'm better than anybody else. I don't care where I go. That's something my mother taught us, man. I'm glad that I learned that early on, man. I don't look down on anybody. And you see people over here doing that. They'll go to the province and they too good to eat the food. They too good to sit down on the wooden bench. They too good to use the CR and all that, man. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Okay? If you want to be disliked over here, okay, think you better than. Hey, Kenny Ray, thanks for that super chat. He said, Cal, alert, another plane has just crashed in New England. Oh, in Northeast Philly. Houses, cars burned, casualties in the air and on the ground? Get out of here, man. What, is it a commercial plane or a private plane? Don't matter. But damn. What's going on, man? Thanks for the information. Another plane crash, honey. He said, just don't start loaning your neighbors money. You will lose friends. That's anywhere you go. What's up, Don? I see where the Louisville Cardinals, the basketball team, they're back, man. I don't follow that stuff like I used to, but it's good to see them winning again, man. Hell, the Yum Center was crickets. They spent all the millions and millions of dollars building that place. Kenny Payne went in there and couldn't win a damn game. What's up, Hal Funk Base? He said, Americans, please don't act like an American in the Philippines. Be a humble. Yeah, I got down here something else. I said, don't flirt with the women, or should I say, know who you're flirting with. Every woman over here don't want us, guys. Okay, be careful with that. Coming over here, flirting with everybody. You don't know who you're flirting with. If they're flirting with you, yeah, you can flirt back, but know who you're flirting with. You know, show some respect. Ring Rouse said, respect. Try and blend in and be very respectful of the local culture. This goes a long way. It actually does. Like I said, when you're in the Philippines, do as the Filipinos do. You don't have to eat balut and all that stuff. Just kindly decline it. Okay, but I'm saying the one thing that we have really bad as Americans, we think we're better than the rest of the world, man. It's just, you can't act like that over here. A lot of these people, all they have is their dignity. Let them have that, man. You know, if you say I'm not hungry, ma'am, or whatever it is, or they ask you to sit down, you know, just as long as the bench can hold your weight, sit your ass down. But we think we're better than people. What's up, Sir Ron a lot? Sam W says, I fly to Thailand Monday, not too worried. When it's time, it's time. Just hoping it's not mine that day. Yeah, but I don't believe people's time is, you know what I mean. I don't think it's destined. We're all going to die, but I don't think it's written down in some book somewhere. Those people were innocent, man. Those were innocent people. They were getting ready to land and go on about their business, man. This is what shocks me. But you're right. You can't be going around being scared and stuff because you're not going to get anything done. Sonny D, thanks for that super chat. He said, and always respect your wife's parents. Right hand to your forehead blessing. Yeah, and if you're older than them, a handshake is good enough. But a lot of times, I think Merle, no. Merle, I'm not as old as Merlin's mother, and my ex-wife, her mother was 2 years older than me. But my son's mother, I was older than her mother and father. Not much. We were about the same age. I think I'm like a year or two. But yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, it's a small jet. Oh wow. Yeah, it's crazy. He said, damn, I got family in Philly. Yeah, he said the dude that wanted to use a tent over there. Yeah, see, he was real disrespectful. He was ornery, man. You know, and I ended up meeting him, but not a lot, okay? Because I told you he was funny like that. He's from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. One of them evangelical Christians. You know, they think that they're just better than everybody else. But he bought a damn tent. Listeners, don't be this guy. You can't be this cheap. If you ain't got that money to stay in a damn hotel or Airbnb, don't bring your ass over here, man. This man brought a tent over here, put it up in his wife. They're married now. But at the time, you know, his girlfriend put it up in the front yard of her mother's house in Zamboanguita. And then went to McDonald's. It was him, his girlfriend, and her two sisters, and didn't buy them nothing. Ate right in front of them, man. But anyway, when we got back to the States, like a year or two later, they're on their way back home. They're coming from somewhere. They had to stop through Louisville, Kentucky. So, you know, they stopped over our house. Well, you know, my wife at the time, she's cooking for everybody. I go and get the Cokes because he got two teenage children with them. They done took their shoes off. They comfortable. They on the phones. They waiting to eat. All of a sudden, this cocksucker, oh, let's go. And 5 minutes later, they on Facebook at the damn Subway eating. You talking about mad, man. I was hot. You're going to make us go through all of this. You think you too good. You know, he pissed me off, man. He says a Learjet, 55-6 passenger is doing a medical mission. Oh, man. He said, yeah, just be a good human being. I got to give back in some kind of way. You don't got to go broke, man. You don't got to go broke. You don't even have to do it on a consistent basis. It don't even have to be money. Invite them over to dinner or something. I mean, your neighbors. Because I'm going to tell you something about Filipinos over here. They're very loyal. I don't have a burglar alarm on my house. I don't need one. They're not going to let anybody break in my house, man. They're going to watch your house when you're gone. You know, so this past Christmas, see, I do a lot of things I don't publicize. Around me, there's some people who live in, the squatters. They live in kubos, these little bitty shacks over here. I bought them all a box of food for Christmas. They didn't know I was going to do it. But I do that kind of stuff, man. That's how you endure the people to you. You're welcome here, but they're not going to automatically love you when you get over here. There's stuff you got to do. You got to show them you're okay. I walk to the gym and back home just about every day, man. You'll be shocked how many people know me here. But they really know me. They look at me like, oh, this guy, what's he doing walking? Well, he could have a new motorcycle. I'm real humble. If I do want to ride, I'm getting on that damn tricycle. I don't think I'm better than anybody over here. I'm very humble, man, and they like that. James Evans, and this is true. He says, be careful how you look at another man's woman, too. Might come as offensive. Let me tell you something, man. You hit this on the nose. I'm at the gym yesterday, okay? And when you first come in, this is where I warm up. I stretch. Well, it's a woman here. I know her. I know her and her husband. Well, she's right, right directly in front of me, well, to the side. So I look in the mirror, and he's looking the whole time. I'm like, dude, I'm not looking at your wife. I got eyes, but I'm not looking at her like that in a disrespectful way. But you're right, man. Me and her are extremely jealous, especially if you're a foreigner. Okay? You're right about that, James. I don't know if that's your real name or not, James Evans. But that's funny. But yeah, this guy looked at me the whole time. And I'm like, dude, don't do that, man. You making me feel uncomfortable. I mean, I got an eye. She's basically right in front of me. Tight ass clothes on, bending all over and stuff. But I'm not gonna look at her like that. I got a woman, looks just as nice as her. Hal Funkback said, Cal, that's why I love being in the Philippines. I can be humble and beautiful, my true self. Yeah. It's real easy to get along with people over here. They want to get along with you. We the ones who go out of our way to disrespect people and everything like that. He said a Learjet 55 went down in flames near Roosevelt Mall. It happens in threes. This is what my mother told me. Whenever something, a tragedy like that happens in threes. Yeah, he said, Cisco says Philly and D.C. are nearby each other. Makes you wonder. Vernon Smith says landing and takeoff are the two most dangerous times during flying. Absolutely. But imagine, you already got your mindset. You ready to go. They already said, flight crew prepare for landing. So they're already in their seatbelts already. Imagine you're 400 feet, they're 350 to 400 feet above land. You can see everything now. You're just going in that fast decline. You get ready to land. They're 2,400 feet away from the runway. This cocksucker runs into them. What's up, John Thomas? He said, costs nothing to smile. Greet all who approach you and give niceties as you go by people and to the people who go by you. Yeah, that's the first thing I said. That's exactly right. I speak to everybody over here because you don't know if you're just speaking to the tricycle driver. It could be the governor, the congressman. I speak to everybody, man. What's up, Gregory? He's from Philly. Sarana Light said, I noticed my neighbor's door panel was peeling off. I went over with some nails and construction adhesive. They were very thankful. See, this is what I'm saying. This is being a good neighbor. Just little stuff like that. You know, believe it or not, man, they want to like you. I don't know why, but they do put foreigners on a pedestal. So when you jump down off the pedestal and be like, oh, man, I'm just like you, man, they really like that. You know, if I drink, man, I would take them up on their offer. I mean, every time they see you, every time they're drinking and you walk by, they offer you something to drink. If you drink, hell, go ahead and hit the Tanduay or the Emperador, the Red Horse. They like that kind of stuff. Don't be like, that cheap stuff. I don't want that. Greg Williams said, Cal, remember the bar in Kentucky was called the Elizabethan? Absolutely. Well, it had an E in front. You're spelling it right. It just had an E in front. He said, I used to date a girl from Kentucky. I visited the town about a dozen times. Yeah, that was the spot back in the day. Club Elizabethan. He said, yeah, get the likes up, people. Yeah, it's free. Thank you. Thomas says, some expats come over here thinking they're the shit and can't bust a grape. Yeah, you know, we come over here with a big head. Okay? That's what we do, Thomas. And you know it. You live over here. You see it all the time. Do y'all understand that we're at a grave disadvantage because you can't understand the language? You're at a grave disadvantage, man. You don't know where it's coming from. Okay, if they want to do something to you, man, you wouldn't know where it was coming from. They'll be sitting right in front of you telling the people, yeah, come on, let's kick his ass. He says, hey, Cal, where's Karaoke Habib? Yeah, he may be looking now. He's coming to the meet and greet, him and his girlfriend. But yeah, I checked on him the other day. I said, hey, man, you okay? But yeah, you're right, Thomas. Frank Ellis said Trump is almost 80 years old as fuck. Yeah. And it's showing, man. You know, he was real ignorant. The statement he made, talking about DEI. These people, they haven't even recovered all the bodies yet, fool. Shut your mouth. And the people called, you know, the reporters, they're pushing back on him. They're like, how you know DEI had anything to do with it? Because I've got common sense. You sound stupid, man. And you're going to blame Biden and all them. You know, people are crazy. He said, the moment the impact was caught on camera, I'm not clicking on it. The doctor, my eyes. Yeah, they even got different angles now where you can clearly see the helicopter, man. I mean, I'm trying to think. I was just watching it today with Maryland. I said, what is this? Because, you know, they're going to beat a dead horse. The media is. They're going to beat this to death and get as many views and everything as they can out of it. But you can see the helicopter. I mean, it's the best view I've seen, and it's really tragic. You could see the plane break off and fall into the damn, what is it, a river they call that? You know, this may sound cruel, but I don't mean it to sound cruel. I hope people died in that explosion. I would hate to be alive, and especially in the back of that plane. You're still alive, and that you falling out of the sky and you hit that water like that, that's going to kill you. It's only 7 foot deep. Cisco said, I always remember you're a guest, act accordingly. Yeah. And I put down here, you know, we don't have to kiss ass to get along over here or anywhere you go. There's something called mutual respect. Term. He just likes to say stuff like that to get, you know, nails, get under their skin. What's up, Robert Morris? R68 DVR. You in a good way. Because I'm going to tell you, you don't understand the language. So if there's a plot against you, man, the people are going to tell. They're going to tell you. They're going to protect you over here. But if you walk in with your head in the cloud, you know, you thumbing your nose at people over here and everything like that, man. That's the worst thing you could do. What's up, Moments with Mitch? Good to see you. Yeah, Ricky Mathis, that's what I was saying. He said, but you still can't live life scared. Right. You just got to go on with your life. But I honestly don't believe that it's written down somewhere when you're going to die. What kind of life is that? Yeah, we're all going to die, but you can contribute to your own death. Suicide and all that, accidents and all that. See, these actuarials, they know how many people are going to die every year. They've got something called the table of large numbers that they've been following for decades, maybe centuries. That's how they come up with your premium. They know how many car accidents and all that's going to be. So some of the greatest inventions, they know people are going to die, but they make them anyway. They knew when they invented that plane that people were going to die from plane crashes, car crashes, motorcycle crashes, drinking Coke. They knew certain. He said, living the dream. Morning, Sir Cal. Hit the lights. Greetings to you, Cal, and the 60,000 subs. Holla from Thailand. Hey, man, thank you. John R. says, hey, Cal, I've been back for 2 months now. I love the Philippines. Oh, you mean you back here or are you back in the States? Or wherever you from? He said 47 is a disgrace. Yeah, times have changed, man. You know, they were saying name a job that used to be important that ain't important anymore. The presidency. We'll let anybody become president. I mean, Biden was no better. Trust me, none of them. It's just been going downhill and downhill. But for him to say that, and they haven't even recovered all the bodies. He spent like 30 seconds. He said, you know, let's have a moment of silence for the victims and their families. Then he went right in on the DEI and Biden and Obama. I'm like, dude, he's suffering from dementia. You couldn't be that stupid, man. But I know what he's doing. That's a dog whistle to his supporters, see? What Times the Travel says, I learned the hard way, when you tell your woman, invite the family over for a barbecue, make sure you tell the immediate family, not the second generation. I came out the pocket that day. Yeah, but you were hitting on something. Now, if I have a birthday party for Booby or Marilyn, if we have it here, we'll invite them now, whether they come or not. We certainly, if we get a lechon, because the lechon is a lot of meat, man, we'll give it away around here to the neighbors. That's just little stuff you can do. But we talk about everything else, guys. We talk about how to get a woman, but you never talk about how to acclimate over here, how to get along and coexist with the locals. That's just as important as anything. but you don't talk about it. You think that Filipinos are going to automatically like and love you. No, you got to endure yourself to people. Certain things you got to do to let them know, hey, he's okay. He's not going to try to screw my wife or my daughters or something like that. I can trust him. We don't talk about that enough. All we talk about is the Filipina, what she likes, where can I meet her, how to meet her, the age gap, what they like in bed. It's got to the point of being ridiculous, man. But I get it. People aren't going to ever come over here, so they want to see that as entertainment. But for somebody that's been over here for a long time, that's why I say I can keep scrolling. I don't have to troll anybody or anything like that. I know the difference, man. It's like I saw one Filipino vlogger, popular Filipino vlogger. Her title was, I like age gap relationships. No, you don't. You like the money that comes along with that. Okay, let's be honest. See, I can't really give you the nitty gritty anymore. Too many people watching me now. You know why they date. We know why you with them old men. And we know what you're doing for that money and all of that. Okay? But being a good neighbor sometimes is keeping your mouth shut. Okay? It's not saying the obvious, okay? Montel said, how do they serve food and snacks on the ferry boats? They do, but snacks only. Like, and it depends on which ones. Most of them have a canteen. You know, they'll serve chips, cookies, coffee, soda. They're not going to serve anything, any noodles. They're not going to serve any hot food, but there are some, depending on how long. Like, okay, if you get on that to-go and you're going, say, from Bacolod to Manila, they're going to have a cafeteria on that boat. You can get hot food. And some of those other boats that go for like 8 hours and all that, they'll have a kitchen. But for these ferries that only go in an hour or two, they're just going to have snacks. Yeah, Moments with Mitch says the actuary can tell within a month. Yeah, hey, what's up, Elect? You're right. See, he's a fellow, and it's crazy, but they let him market the stuff anyway. A certain amount of people are gonna die from swallowing toothpicks and all that crazy stuff. They got it to a science, man. Thomas said, I took your advice, Cal. I give back to the people every day I go somewhere. It's really easy to do. You don't have to go broke. But to be a good neighbor, man, the number one thing, though, is to be humble. You know, we enjoy a higher standard of living in our country, but you're not in your country anymore. And you're going to enjoy a higher standard of living over here. But don't look down on people, man. If that's their job is to come and clean your house or whatever it is, you know, treat them like human beings. He said, right now I'm in Legazpi City. Yeah, watch their weather over there, man. He said the naughty American expert said Biden was probably AI. Man, they all like that. You know, Reagan, as popular as he was in his last term, he wasn't there. He already had Alzheimer's. See, this is why you can't trust the media and the government. They're in cahoots, man. This man was out of his damn mind. He didn't know how much a Snickers cost. And they got his ass standing up there in front of the cameras. It was somebody else running the White House his last few years. What's up, True G-Fee? He said, if you have free eats, you're going to have a big crowd. What's up, Matt? I know you're enjoying yourself over there. True Jiffy. He says, do you ever visit places like Manila and Taguig? the tourist spots. I do sometimes. But since Cebu is closer, I just go to Cebu. But something's got to give. I got to go to Dumaguete on the 12th. The consulate or American Services is going to be in Dumaguete. They're having a problem with my passport, man. It's my worst nightmare. I should have did it myself. They're asking me for additional information. They said they sent me something in an email or mail. I never got it. So I sent them an email. They haven't responded. So they're going to be in Dumaguete the 12th. I got to go and find out because I've got to extend my visa on the 22nd. Something's got to give. I mean, I'm not going to panic because Frank Tate said, I know for a fact I can go to the embassy. They'll give you an emergency passport. I mean, they're not telling me what information they need. Not in the email. They said it's in the letter. Well, I haven't got the letter. I haven't got the email. Yeah, he said, look, being an expat is way more than just busting a nut. This is what I just said, the naughty American expat. I said, we talk about everything else, but we don't talk about how to be a good neighbor over here, how to coexist and live side by side with the locals without offending anybody, without getting in trouble. Because it's really a thin line that we walk. If you piss off the wrong person over here, it could cause you problems. I always bring up the American who was charged with rape over here. Spent 5 years in prison, never raped a woman. But they fell out. She thought he was hiding her American husband or foreign husband. So she brought the police over, barged into his house, traumatized the son. Well, he goes and files a case against her. 6 months later, she files a case against him for rape. Well, he languished in a Filipino prison for 5 years before he got his day in court. There's no due process over here. There's no right to a speedy trial and all that. There's no right to a reasonable bond because some crimes over here do not have a bail. Rape one of them. Even though they knew that he was 10 hours away when the crime supposed to have occurred. They knew that this woman was trying to blackmail him the whole 5 years. Hey, give me $1 million, give me $2 million, I drop the charges. They knew all of that. He languished for 5 years. The first day he went to court, they let him out. Guess what? Lack of evidence. Well, it's too late. 5 years of my life is over. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Hey, Praxis Zoom says, greetings from Subic Bay. I'm 2 years in Manila. I want to live more like in the West. Subic Bay, no tricycles and jeepneys, no trash burning, almost no air pollution. Yeah, condolences for the airplane crash. Yeah, you're right. See, you make a great point. You can live a Western lifestyle over here. It's going to cost you a little bit more, but you can do it. And depending on where you live is how much it's going to cost you. I live a Western lifestyle here. In San Carlos City, believe it or not, you can for very little. You know, these budgets are all over the place. That's the only thing I can't tell you. But I can tell you that you don't need 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 like people tell you. You don't need that much. I tell you about this, some nice apartments not far from me for 10,000 pesos a month, man. I mean, they're very nice. I did get some bad news. The owner, he died. The man, he died, but I'm pretty sure his wife is still renting those places. Thomas Marshall said, yeah, man, you got to earn the trust of the people that you live around. They're definitely watching the moves you make. Frank Ellis says, I think that vlogger was July, Cal. Well, I don't like to say people's names and stuff. Y'all watch the same videos I made. You know, I met her before. She's a decent person. But I'm saying, I wasn't talking about her. I was talking about the videos that are out there. It's the same videos over and over and over. You're not learning anything. Yeah, you're getting entertained. But if you see one Filipino in a damn bikini, you've seen them all. It's getting ridiculous, though. What's up, Mr. Passport King? Well, he says July is really falling off. Well, because they asked me, I met her and her boyfriend. I said, don't tell people. It's none of their business. Okay, because they said Filipino P told them to tell her audience that she was in a relationship. I said, well, Filipino P hasn't told everybody she's in a relationship. Why would she tell you that? I said, okay, if you do it, your channel's going to suffer. I think the man did it. I think it was getting too hot and heavy because, man, guys, man, are thirsty, okay? And they're not going to respect you. They're not going to respect your woman. They're going to come after her. And I think that's the problem. He's like, okay, well, just tell them. What's up, Johnny S? He says, I'm paying to have your trash picked up. I said, it's been raining the past few weeks here, Cal, off and on. I usually, when we've got a regular trash pickup. If I've got extra water or juice or whatever it is in here, I give it to the trash guys. For Christmas, I may give them a couple of hundred apiece. It's only 4 or 5 of them on that truck. But I want them to know I appreciate what they're doing. The garbage men, I mean. My father drove a garbage truck, toward the end of his life. Kamal said for Reagan to live another 12 years after office, I never would have thought. Yeah, well, they get the best health care around the clock. He said, yeah, you should have done it online. I went to Cebu. I took my son to Cebu and did his. It was simple. Okay. But JRC did it online. They just did it, which I could have did the same thing. I'm thinking they done screwed up some kind of way. Okay? Because when you renew the passport, there's nothing to it. I mean, you give them the passport and the money, the pictures, and that's it. What else could go wrong? I'm going to find out. I got to make a longest bus ride down here to see what's going on, man. They tripping, man, with my passport. Well, you live and you learn. He says, what time's the travel sale? Remember, I was on a bus going to Makati. A lady was selling balut. Them people bought her out. He said, worst smell for 30 minutes. I got sick. Usually, was it at night? Because that's usually when they sell balut, at night. And it's supposed to be hot. Normally when you see them selling it, they'll have it's the eggs. They got something to keep the eggs warm. When they sell it at night, because they really don't want you to see what's in it. But it's supposed to be an aphrodisiac. Phantasm Files says, and be a second-class citizen. Well, you're not a second-class citizen, but you're not a full-fledged citizen. Okay, unless you got an SRV, something like that. They're not going to mistreat you like we do in America. We really mistreat people. If you're in line in Walmart, how many times you done seen it? And somebody speaking Tagalog or Spanish or whatever, and you got these Karens turning around, oh, you're in America, speak English, and all that, that doesn't happen over here. It hasn't happened to me. And while I'm on that, it hasn't happened to me. Let me say this. I said this before, but I want y'all to hear this really today. The destination don't make the man. The man makes the destination. Anytime you see somebody come online and they give their opinion, people always jump on them. Oh, you lying. No, that's his experience. Okay? Just because your experience is not the same as his doesn't mean he's lying. Oh, he's young or he's old or whatever it is. It's the man. Some people come over here and they can't get on. They can't enjoy the Philippines for what it is. But it's them. It's not the Philippines. So anybody, if you just get on here and say, man, I came to the Philippines, all the women, they really was on me and this and that and that and this, you know, and they really love me. You're going to have somebody pushing back. Are you lying? Because I was over there and they were scared of me. And look, you got your own experience over here, man. We can't continue to put everybody's situation in the same basket, guys. Okay, I have to admit, some men do come over here and they get with a woman who wants them for their good looks and intelligence. But for the most part, it's not true. But if a guy gets online and he says that's what happened to him, I got to take his word for it. But we to a point now where you don't want to believe nobody. It's like everybody's situation is different. He said, hey, Cal, you upgraded the camera? I did. I didn't have a choice. I dropped my camera and shattered the front. So I did get another camera. He said, Jacob Tudger said, I don't support clickbait. Scale Gun Replica says, I wasted 18 months trying to get a Filipino over here. I'm not even going to try now, but I still will go there for vacation for maybe a week. Now, what type of visa were you trying to get, Scale Gun Replicas? If you were trying to get a tourist, yeah, you did waste your time. But a K1 or a spousal visa, you more than likely they're going to grant that. Hey, Dennis Johnson, he said, I love your content, man. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I just be talking about myself over here, really. What I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. And, you know, you're going to get pushback. People tell you you're lying. It's not true. I know me. No matter where I go, I'm going to get it done. And that's what it is, you know. But I was watching this little guy. He was being interviewed. I think he was over in Thailand. He was talking about the dating in Thailand. And you're in the comments, oh, you interviewed the wrong guy. He's young. He's got a messed up mindset. And I'm like, but dude, that's his experience when he was over here. He's trying to relay it to you. What's up, Buff Body Life family? He said, checking you out tonight. Thank you, man. He said, Brandon Rayford, what's up, Cal? Good content. Thank you. Johnny S says, I'm going to send you an email, Cal. Okay, brother. Johnny S actually came here. He says, a lot of men are waiting for Mia to be divorced. They lined up. Yeah. They're not even waiting for the divorce to go through. Okay. I'm going to be honest with you. She's probably with somebody already. They move on quick, man. Okay. She's young. And, you know, once they've had it, you know, you can't miss what you never had. But she already had a baby and she was married to Gio. She's young. She wants that pressure. You're not going to just keep on. And same with a man. You can't miss what you never had. But yeah, they move on quick. Yeah, they'll do the John R. They'll do the annulment probably, but they probably ain't in a hurry to do that. They probably ain't in a hurry to do that because it's going to cost money. He said, man, if the Filipino P ever came out and said she had a boyfriend, it would break Geechee Lion's little heart. Well, Geechee Lion got a woman now over here. He came to his senses. But she's never gonna tell them that. I don't even know if it's true. This is what they told me. So I'm repeating. I'm here to say I don't really do that, but it just kind of threw me off. I said, well, why would she tell you to do that? She doesn't do it. I told her not to do it. It's just like, Justin Bieber for a long time, Usher and all that for a long time, they hold that back. Michael Jackson. Because he wants his fans to keep thinking they got a chance. It's the same with these women. The smart ones, they're never going to tell you they got somebody. Because they may have 4 or 5 people on the line, on the hook, and they usually do. Man, the women online, they're not the typical Filipinas, man. I'm telling you right now. They are not the typical Filipinos. They're too shy to get online. They're too afraid of the bashers and all that. When you see a Filipino online, man, she's the exception. Most Filipinos wouldn't dare get on and talk to foreigners. Yeah, right. That's a red flag. Somebody's behind that. 100%. 100%. Yeah. He said, I see Sharon Lapu-Lapu's posted her new husband. Yeah. And congratulations to Sharon. Yeah, I saw that video. She got married. But she didn't have one of those big channels, though, like these other girls do. But yeah, she's married now, and I'm happy for her, man. As long as people are happy, she didn't have anything to lose by doing that. I'm pretty sure it was a couple of guys that was probably, trying to get up close to her, but she had showed a guy before she was dating. And she's older, so she's more mature. She's probably, like I said, she didn't have nothing to lose, really. He said, yeah, I received my passport back in about 2 weeks after I renewed it online myself. Yeah, I should have done that. But, shoulda, coulda, woulda. You learn. I'm going to find out because, my passport hasn't even expired yet. Okay, I could have waited. But I'm saying, okay, since I did it December 4th is when they went online. I paid the money because I got the receipt from my bank. And then January 14th or 15th, they said they got problems. And I'm like, problems? What kind of problem? What kind of additional information do you need? Maybe they filled out my address here in the Philippines instead of my U.S. address. I don't know. I'm going to find out. Yeah. He said, hang in there, Cal. Larry Lindsay says, what's up, bro? I'm trying to get my son's passport card. Can I get in Cebu? Yeah, well, what you have to do the CRBA, Larry, and you do the CRBA and the passport at the same time. You get his U.S. citizenship and passport at the same time. Okay, it's fast now, too. He said, yeah, the camera's super clear, bro. Hey, thanks, man. Merlin got this phone for me. Yeah, Thomas, he said, Cal, you do is give your experience in the Philippines. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I'm just saying, people ain't got so stupid, Thomas. Not just me, but anybody. If I was to interview you and you tell them your experience over here, people are going to say you're lying. No, that's not how it is. They don't like black men over there or whatever it is. They don't like short men or old men or whatever it is. That wasn't he's lying. That's his experience. Some guys come over here and they have it better than others. But it's because of them. And they got game and conversation and persuasion and all that. Everybody's experience isn't the same. He said, Cal, how's Pizza Paul doing, man? It's funny. I just sent him an email. I'm going to try to interview him today if I can. But he's a businessman. He's doing good. What's up, Timothy Bright? He said, Young Fresh Global Travel. He says, wait, what did I miss about Filipino P? She with a brother. I don't know. No, I'm saying that July, you know, the she ain't little. She's a big vlog over here now. When I met her, I interviewed her. She interviewed me, and she asked me. Her and her boyfriend were together. They said, you know, what do you think? Should I come out and tell people that we're together? And I told her, no, don't do it. I said, you know, your channel's going to suffer. And she said that the Filipino P told her that she should come out and tell people. And I was like, well, that's strange because I don't think I've ever seen a video where Filipino P has come out and told anybody that she was dating somebody. I showed her boyfriend. That's all I was saying. I don't know anything about the P. They're afraid of me, you know. They don't want anything to do with Sunshine Shows. I don't know why they got the wrong impression of me. I'm really a good guy, you know. I was just kind of shocked that I was watching a video about Richie Rich, you know, Richie Rich and Chain. And somebody said something to me in one of the comments, and he said, oh, yeah, he's angry. And I was really shocked at him for saying that. Like, dude, you don't know me to say that. And I thought he was okay, but, you know, I don't hold it against him. But I'm saying people have the wrong impression of me. If you meet me in person, you know I'm not this angry guy. I'm just passionate. This is what sets me apart from the rest of these blah, blah, blah guys over here. I mean, I can't watch them. I can't watch them, man. I get animated and stuff like that. He said, did Geechee post his girlfriend on his YouTube channel? Yeah. She's an older lady. Looks to be maybe in her late 40s, early 50s or something. But she's a nice looking woman, you know, for him. Yeah, but yeah, he got a girlfriend now. I don't really keep up Young Global Travel. I don't keep up with them like that. Young Fresh Global Travel. I don't keep up with them like that. See, I'm over here. The vloggers over here, man, they don't excite me because I'm over here. Okay, I see the typical women over here. The vloggers are nothing compared to the typical Filipino over here. They don't turn me on because I don't like their attitudes. Okay? They're not the typical Filipinos, man. I would not dare deal with any of them. I see why probably Gio's relationship didn't work out. You don't want a woman like that, man, over here. Okay? You just don't, man. They're not what we find attractive in Filipinos. Okay? We like that shyness. We like that when they're naive and everything like that. We don't want some woman sitting in front of a camera talking about all that stuff, you know, knowing that it's not real anyway. They're just not the typical Filipinos, and they don't look good in my opinion. They're certainly not the most attractive. None of them. Okay? Wait till you come over here, you'll see, like, I don't even watch these people. I don't knock them either because, you know, if somebody's going to tell the story over here, it should be them. If they're going to tell the real story, why not let it be them? We have to tell it because they're not going to tell the full story. But no, I don't follow them like that. Robert Tatum said, Cal, another plane crash happened in Pennsylvania. He said, wow, Cal, I don't know what's going on with aviation. Yeah, my mother said it usually happens in threes. Kamal says, I was wondering how that would go with your renewal from over there. Bureaucratic nonsense. Well, people get it done all the time. It goes without a hitch. I got my son's renewed over here. See, I should have just went on and did it like he did. Just took it down there. I was kind of worried about the timeline, you know, because I only got 2 months in between my renewals. But I took him down to the consulate in Cebu, did it just like that. He got it back in about 3 weeks to a month. No later than a month. I don't know what made me do that. Because it was closer to Cebu. I'm closer to Cebu than I am to Dumaguete. I think I was just there um, and decided to do it. I don't know what made me do it for real because it's simple. He said the real heartbreaker is Giselle. Well, you know, it's all subjective. Okay. I don't find him attractive. I mean, she's decent looking, but when you come over here, man, you're gonna see they're fooling. Those aren't the top of the line women. They're, you know, I'm just saying that's all entertainment, really, and I don't knock them. You know, I don't blame them for getting on here when the audience is 95% men, and you know we're crazy about Filipinos. So why not get on here and talk that stuff? Why not get all those views while you can? Strike while the iron is hot. But I don't follow them and they don't get me excited because I'm over here. I've met most of them. Okay? I've met most of them. I've seen how far they've come. It's Ween, Filipino Lady, Filipino Wanderer. I met all of them when it was nothing. Nobody was watching them or nothing. You know. He said, you're too real for some of these bloggers, Cal. That's what it is. You know, they know I'm not going to go along with the script, Thomas. I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to say something that's not in the script. And the one thing I'm going to ask them if they interview me is, you know, why do you always talking generalities? Why do you always talking general about Filipinos instead of what you like? They always talking about what Filipinos like in bed. What do you like in bed? Why Filipinos date older men? Well, why do you date older men? This is what we want to know. We don't want to know. You can't speak for all Filipinos. See, that's when I know it's bullshit. You know, they're putting that stuff out there, man. It's not true. Tell us what you like. Now, that's the truth. Hey, Mr. Ringo, thanks for that super chat. He said, hey, Cal, the Filipino P did admit she's in a relationship. I believe it's a foreigner, possibly an LDR, and I believe he's a subscriber. Oh, okay. Well, see, I don't watch her. I mean, that would have been big news, though. I'm just saying, have you ever seen him on cameras? Obviously, you haven't because you say, I believe it's a foreigner, possibly an LDR, and I believe he's a subscriber. So she hasn't. July brought her man on camera, showed him hugging at the airport and all that. Did she do that? This is what I'm talking about, Miss Ringo. I don't think it would matter anyway, really. I don't think it would matter. You know. He said Richie Rich is very sensible. Well, I mean, I don't have anything against him. They got a good channel. And sometimes he comes on my live streams. I don't want that. Don't take that the wrong way. I'm just saying I was kind of shocked when I saw that in the comments on one of his, I think he did a survey. It's like, who do you listen to about relationships in the Philippines? And he had like 3 people, then he had a other. And then some guy said, well, why didn't you put Sunshine Shoulders on there? And he was like, oh, I didn't have enough room. And he said, he's okay, he's just angry. And I'm like, angry? Come on, man. Why don't you just ask me, am I angry? Don't say that I'm angry. But no, don't take that anyway. I didn't hold that against him anyway. Because I don't watch that stuff. They got a new channel. And they're talking about the relationship stuff. What most of us do when we first start out. You know. But I was just kind of shocked when I saw that. Because he's never said that to me. He's been on this live stream before. Hey, Greg, he said, Cal, you're a good people. Bro, you have a strong character and I can identify with you. I appreciate it. I'm just who I am, man. You know, people are always going to have an opinion of you. I mean, you can't expect everybody to like you. Because remember, you don't like everybody. I read that quote from somewhere. I was like, wow, it's true. So don't expect everybody to like you. Hell, you don't like everybody. But when it comes to just regular YouTubers, I'm never going to troll or knock another YouTuber, man. I'm not going to do it. Not a regular YouTuber. And you got some of these scumbags out here that make all this bullshit videos and talk down on people and talk about people. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the regular YouTube community. I'll support them. Yeah, Thomas said, once you see the dating pool, boots on the ground, those vloggers are a damn a dozen. Yeah, you just not as impressed. But because most of the people never come over here, you know, to them, these are the top of the line women. They don't know any better. So when they say, oh, I don't follow them like that. Hey, what's up, Road to the Philippines? Thanks for that super chat, Danny. This is a big Chiefs fan. He says, hey, Cal, I'm still shooting for 2025 for getting off the hamster wheel. Off subject, but how about those refs? I mean the Chiefs. Yeah, y'all got a dynasty right now going. And every now and then, you know, every so many years, a dynasty grows around. I just tell people all the time, Danny, to enjoy it while you can because, you know, they don't last, man. Somebody retires or something and, you know, you have your run. So I'm telling you to enjoy it. Look at New England. Look at Pittsburgh. You know, look at all these dynasties, man, before. So just enjoy the ride because it's going to come to an end. They're not going. They may win 3 in a row. They're not going to win 10 in a row, Danny. I promise you that. They may not even win 3 in a row. So, yeah, enjoy it. But, yeah, 2025, I've met Danny before. He's the real deal. He's got a great setup over here. You know, but if he was to go online, you know, people are jealous of him. You know, the trolls went out to him. But he was one of those guys that was able to come over here and make it happen. Everybody that comes over here can't make it happen. So then they'll go back and they'll say the vloggers are lying. Well, what are we lying about? If you can see our life and how we're living. Why would I have to lie to you? I'm just telling you how I'm living. That's all. He said them kind of women are not climbing coconut trees. It's funny because when I was interviewing Mike Watkins, he said, yeah, my girlfriend, she climbed the coconut tree over there. No, not the coconut tree. Was it the coconut tree? No, the papaya. See, that's the Filipino you want. That's the Filipino we want. We don't want these ones that speak proper English and everything like that, and they're not afraid of foreigners, and that would be a big red flag to me. Yeah, Road to the Philippines said, hey, Cal, good to see you on the live stream. Yeah, man, I hope you're able to jump off that hamster wheel because I know you got into a fight at work. He's a nurse, a real nurse. He built 2 nice houses over here. He got a good setup in Mindanao. I met him and his girlfriend, Irene. They're good people, man. But if he was to tell his story on here, they'd be like, oh, no, man, they're lying. He said, Philip Janik, the travel and camping guru, says, I lost 100 subs telling the truth about the Philippines. So I'm back in Vietnam. Okay. Yeah, you know, we don't have to, you know, it's a lot needier and a lot grittier over here, Philip, as you probably know, than what we say. I don't think it's my place to come over here and just talk about the bad stuff that's going on here. It's not going to help anybody. I've changed my whole view. I'm inviting people over here now and say, look, you see it for yourself. Okay, you because you're going to see something different than me. But you can't say I'm lying. I'm more interested really in telling people about my life and how I'm living over here. I don't focus on that negative stuff because no matter where you go, you're going to see the same things in the Philippines as you're going to see anywhere else. It may be to a different extreme, but it's just we're all human beings. We're on planet Earth. But I don't think as a guest over here in this country, why would I want to, shove that down people's throats about the poverty and all that, all the negative stuff, if you're not going to balance it? Because there's a lot of good over here too, far more than bad. People just focus on the bad. Everybody knows that it's going to, you got to spend money over here to be with these women. Now, if that's the truth, if that's the reason you're losing subs, then hell, they was never really supported to begin with, Phil. If that's the type of truth you're talking about. But you want to talk about, you're going to see kids wandering around in the streets and all that. I don't get into that. FB said, talk about the loneliness over there. Well, obviously, it's going to affect you. You got to find something to do over here, FB, because it gets real quiet over here. But once you get to the point where you're a good neighbor, okay, you met some expats, some fellow expats over here, it won't get as lonely as people try to say it will. It's important. That's why I have the meet and greets. I was lonely over here for many years. Imagine living down in Zamboanga. There's no foreigners down there. Very few. They're few and far between. So this is when you become a good neighbor. But it's not to the point where you're going to want to go home. Some people do because they don't want to acclimate. If you want a friend, then be a friend. You've heard that before, right? But it does get quiet over here. Especially if you live in a province somewhere. But that's what these live streams are for too. There's people over here who living over here now, they're on these live streams. There's ways around that, but yeah, it's lonely. It gets lonely over here. But I don't stay stuck on loneliness, man. I do something about it. I go out, start walking, because that loneliness can turn into depression real quick. You got to get out of your head, man. So if you're worried about loneliness, move into one of these bigger cities. Start introducing yourself to some of these expats over here and some of the locals. Whatever you're doing to stay busy in your country, do it over here. You can. But sometimes you're starving for real conversation because you don't really get a whole lot of conversation with your woman. I've got my woman's college educated. We don't really talk about a whole lot. Leon Kilbert says, I've been watching you for a few months, Cal, and would love to meet you when I move to the Philippines in 4 years, but I'll be visiting you this year, my friend. Yeah, well, if you're anywhere around Cebu, Dumaguete, Bacolod, any of those cities is kind of close to me, hell, why not? I've got a guy coming here today. He's from, I think his wife is from Cadiz City, and I think they're in Bacolod now, and they're coming here today. He says if you get lonely, go stay in a nice hostel and bang some European backpackers. But yeah, you got to do it yourself. You can't just sit around and be lonely, man. He said, yeah, you can renew your 2-month visa after 1 month. Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying that. I was thinking it's 6, they send you the email when they get your application. It could take 6 to 8 months. 6 to 8 weeks. So I'm saying, okay, I better renew because I renewed early. I was I was due to renew December 22nd. I renewed December 4th to give me that 18 more days. I don't know what happened. Michael Alexander says, Brother Cal, you're correct about dating any of these female vloggers because they want to be in control. Well, they're not the typical Filipino that you want to meet anyway. Okay? They're too smart. Okay? There's something, and when I mean that, you know, they know more than you know. Okay? It's just not the typical Filipino that you're going to meet over here. Okay, she's not going to stand on a corner with a microphone interviewing people. They don't do that. They're just too bashful. She's the exception, man. These women, these bloggers are the exception. I can't get Merlin to come online and do that for real. What's up, Dre? Going global. Thanks for that super sticker, by the way, Dre. Going global. Yeah, John R. This is exactly right. See, this is what we're saying. He says, there's so many pretty girls here. All these guys see is the ones online. Very few. You're not even scratching the surface. See, they have no idea what's over here. You got to come over here. Then you're going to be like, oh, man, I ain't even looking at these women. When I see them online, I just keep scrolling. They don't even excite me, none of them. Absolutely none of them excite me. None, zero. Okay? Because there's a reason why you see, okay, there's a lot of these Filipinos that show their relationships online, then they break up, then they'll show themselves with another foreigner online. It's like, well, you know I don't want that. But yeah, he's right. There's so many beautiful women over here, man. And they're just seeing, the armchair bros only seeing the ones online. Somebody may be walking up the beach in Boracay and you see that. That's nothing, man. That's not the Philippines over here. Hey, what's up, Marlon Alvarez? Thanks for that super chat. He said, I didn't know you were live today. What did I miss? Well, we're just talking about being a good neighbor over here in the Philippines. We talk about everything else, but how to coexist with the locals, how to get along, how to endure the people to you over here, because they welcome us, but they don't automatically like you or love you over here. We don't talk about enough of what we have to do, you know, to be friends, for people to trust us over here. I put some things down. Number one is be humble. I don't think I'm better than anybody else. I've never thought that. I don't look down on anybody. I learned that early, and I'm glad I did. And then I said, say hello to everybody that you pass. Give them that nod, wave. And then I said, you know, don't flirt with all the women, or should I say, know who you're flirting with. And if they're flirting with you, it's okay to flirt back, but every woman over here doesn't want a foreigner and doesn't find you attractive and everything like that. I think that's one of the ways we get in trouble over here, man. We flirting with these women who don't want to be flirted with. Not by you. And men over here are jealous, especially when it comes to a foreigner, man. You know, because I asked Merle a long time ago, I said, how do Filipino men feel about us coming over here dating y'all? And she said they don't have a problem. Long as you don't try to date their girlfriend or their wife, there's a problem. I'm at the gym the other day, yesterday. This guy, he could not exercise. He's watching me thinking I'm watching his wife. Dude, I'm not watching your wife. It pissed me off, man. I'm like, quit looking at me. He's way in the back looking in the mirror. The woman's right beside me. You know, she's an attractive woman with this tight ass workout stuff on, but I'm not looking at her like that. He said, Cal, what are you doing for protein out your way? You're keeping your muscle tone big time. And I eat a lot of chicken here, just about every day. And then a lot of what I've got is I just got great genetics, man. I'm not gonna lie. I can't really take any credit for that. But man, I've been working out like crazy since I started at 75 hard. I've been starting over, you know. He said, once you hit the airport, those vloggers can't touch the regular stuff in the airport. Right, nomadic Benito. But this is for the people who will never come over here. They're just seeing that on there, and they think, oh, these women are just so fine. Man, you ain't even scratching the surface. I mean, I've been to Brazil. I've been to Rio. I've been to Cartagena, Colombia. I've been to Cancun. I've been to Europe, Africa, of course, America. I've seen beautiful women, man. There's some beautiful women over here, okay? I mean, I saw a woman in Dumaguete. She probably was one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. She was with her mother. I guess she may have been in her, it looked like she may have just graduated from college or something. I mean, she was just, I mean, you'd see that. They don't have a YouTube channel. You know, he said, hey, Cal, how's the 75 hard training going? I'm doing just about everything, okay? It's a few things I still have to do. That's why I'm starting over. I haven't gotten up to, this is water I'm drinking now. I haven't got up to the gallon of water every day, retired 2019. Okay, and I'm still, you know, battling with the sugar. But everything else I'm doing. The 245-minute workouts every day. I missed 2 days. The day traveling to Bantayan Island and the day traveling back. But other than that, man, I've been on it. I mean, they're shocked to see me in the gym every single day. I've never worked out as much in a row like I've been doing now. Reading 10 pages every day. But it creates a habit. See, I used to think I was wrong about this. It takes longer than 21 days to create a habit. I used to think that, no, it takes 66 days to create a habit. And this is what they're doing with this 75 hard. That's one of the things they're doing. Especially with the reading, the, you know, trying to eat better, drinking more water, working out. It's all to create good habits. Because that's what runs our life, retired 2019, habits. Either the bad habits are running your life or the good ones are. The only way you get rid of a bad habit is to replace it with a good one. But that 75 hard is nothing to play with. Okay, I challenge anybody to start it. But what it's done, it's got me back into the gym. Believe it or not, I was getting ready to release another video today. I postponed it to tomorrow. I mean, I've become so creative. My mind is just open, man, from, you know, drinking more water, working out, eating better and everything like that. Reading 10 pages a day. It does wonders for you, man. But we won't do it. We're so lazy, man. Imagine I did 3 videos yesterday. Yeah, I could do 5 if I wanted to. But I was like, what am I doing? I was just doing it without even thinking. So I went in there, I put it on my members only. Then I put it for tomorrow. Hey, Confident Boy Speaks, thanks for that super chat. He said, what's up, Uncle Cal? I'm in San Diego Airport on my way to Florida for my second leg of my Matrix trip. I can't wait to get back, man. Yeah, be careful, man. With all this shit going on, I know you're going to be fine, though. What's the temperature in San Diego right now? I know when I was out there from December, I want to say late November to, I was out there for 10 weeks for my A school. And I remember calling my mother on Christmas day, and it was like 82 degrees. I'll never forget that, like it was yesterday. Thomas Marshall says, I'm building a house too. What time? But I wouldn't want everyone knowing where I live over here. You see what happened to Elliot Eastman. Well, we don't really know what happened to Elliot Eastman. And I did have a guy, a Muslim, came over here who stayed in my guest house. He was telling me, he said, Cal, I went to visit a young woman in General Santos. She was a Muslim, and I talked to her parents and everything. And he said, but she turned out to be 16. He said, so I didn't want to deal with it. He said, but I know what's going on. He said, because they were looking at him a certain way. They don't like outsiders coming in, marrying these Muslim women, especially if he's converting to Islam. But he was, you know, he was from Iran originally. And he was like, I believe that's what happened to Elliot Eastman. He said, I think they got jealous. They didn't want an outsider coming in, you know, dating their women like that. I believe that's what happened to Elliot Eastman. Because I'm telling you guys, I was in a more dangerous place than him. I mean, I was in a more volatile place than he was. Okay? There's more to that story than we know. We don't know enough about that story. Okay? Because the bad guys aren't going to tell you they're going to do something to you. They warned him. The bad guys don't do that. They just do it. Okay? There's more to that story. If what he was saying on his videos was true about the family, said, yeah, people talking about kidnapping him and everything. It was the ex, you know, but it wasn't because they knew where he lived. They know where you live, Thomas. Okay, I got into it. Okay, I did a video a long time ago when I first started doing videos in St. Carl City, and I was talking about expats who are doing real good over here. And I talked about a gentleman, just in general terms, who lived in St. Carl City, where his wife got mad. She was like, "Oh, what are you doing? You're gonna send the bad guys to our house." I was like to myself, "Lady, the bad guys already know where you live. They know everything about you. You can't put that on me. The people who watch my channel aren't robbing Filipinos or anybody for that matter. Okay? And that's the same thing I would say to you, Thomas. If somebody's going to harm you, they already know where you live. They're watching you build the house. Oh, okay, 54? Wow. But yeah, that's right. It's late over there. 54 degrees. Ping Costin says, I'm planning on coming over there to check things out. There's a lady who lives in Detroit now, spoke highly of you. Wendy, I believe her name is. Oh, yeah. Wendy and her husband. He said, no, they won't. You can disappear here if you don't watch out. If someone says you're being watched, listen to them. Yeah, I'm saying, but the bad guys don't warn you, man. That's what I'm saying. They don't warn you. There's more to that story. You know, I'm not even going to speculate. They never told what happened, really. Okay, they just said now instead of a rescue, it's recovery. They trying to recover his body now. Hey, Psyche Awakens Terror. Said, hey, Sunshine. Yeah, he said, you're exactly right. They know where I live. Yeah. See, people tell me all the time. See, if I was worried really about my safety in the Philippines, I wouldn't be here, man. But this is me I'm talking to. I'm not telling you you're going to be safe. I stopped doing that. It's safe for me. Because I don't know you. I don't know where you're going to Who you gonna hang out with? Where you gonna hang out? What you into? I know none of that. Okay, do you drink? Do you use drugs? Are you selling drugs? I don't know all of that. But I feel safe here, man. It's when I finally do go home now, I'm not gonna feel safe. I don't feel safe in America, man. It's been a long, long time since I felt safe. And the police ran up in my house, when the SWAT team ran up in my house in 2004, I haven't felt safe ever since. And them thugs over there, they'll kill you for anything. One of my last memories over there, I'm going into the damn to get to Indies to buy some damn chicken. I got on a blue mock neck, and you got these stupid fools with red on. Like, dude, I'm 50 something years old, man. Ain't in no damn game. You know, that's what I fear over there. Saran a lot said they absolutely know where you live. That's why be a good neighbor and make your presence known, be in shape. Yeah, and see, you make a great point about that. That's another reason I work out. That's part of your self-defense. A lot of you guys watching this and who are over here, you can't defend yourself. You don't have a gun. At least be able to wrestle with the man. Because if you don't get me in the first 3 minutes and you're not in shape, I'm going to get you. Because I'm in shape. You're going to run out of breath. Okay, your cardio is not all that good. Well, you better get me in the first 3 to 5 minutes. Or I'm going to get you. Okay, but he's right. Make your presence known. They know where you are, man. You have to be a good neighbor over here. But we don't talk about it enough. We think we can just come over here because you know how we are. We want to come over here like Christopher Columbus and take over somebody else's country instead of blending in and learning how to get along over here. That's very, very important. You don't just show up over here, set up shop, and take over. You have to endure the people to you. How can they trust you? I'm not going to invite him over here. He's going to be trying to screw my wife and my daughters and all that. Is he okay? Or when I invite him over here to dinner, is he going to think my furniture's not good enough for him to sit down or to use my bathroom or something? Or when I offer him some water, he won't drink it? But yeah, they know where you live. But they're not like that, really. Remember I tell you that there's not a whole lot of random killing that goes on over here. Y'all remember me telling you that? Not like it is in America. It's personal over here. What happened to Elliot Eastman was personal. It wasn't random. Whenever somebody gets killed over here, man, it's always personal. The American that got killed at the waterfront, that was personal. That man came up there, supposedly, the American was fooling with his girlfriend or whatever it was. There's no random stuff, man. You don't have to worry about going to Save More grocery store over here and some man come in there with a shotgun and kill everybody. It don't happen over here like that. You have to be offended somebody over here. Mess with their girlfriend or their daughter or something. That's why I got on here. Don't be flirting with these women over here. Okay, if they flirt, then yeah, it's okay to flirt back, but know who you're flirting with. That's how you get in trouble over here, overstepping your boundary. But it's personal over here. Okay, Sam W. says, in addition to John Gant, we lost another classmate on the 25 to gun violence. Wow. In Arizona, he said things are wild. He said, do you have your meet and greet every month or every other month? Really, whenever we feel like having one. See, in the beginning, when the Philippines first opened, I was having them pretty frequently. But now, since the rush is over, and see, it's back to normal now. People are trickling in here. At first, when the Philippines opened up, they bum rushed the border. Now, it's back to normal like it was pre-pandemic. There wasn't nobody coming over here for real. It wasn't a lot of people over here. And that's how it is now, Philippine paradise. They're trickling in now. So there's no need to have it every month. I could have it every other month or something. Yeah, he said, John R. says, 100%, Cal, don't disrespect anyone if you come here. It's a big no-no. Yes, personal over here. It's not a whole lot of random violence here. You very seldom read about that. You're targeted. When the German national and his Filipino wife, when their house was broken into and they were tied up and eventually killed in northern Cebu, they was targeted. They believe it was one of the suspects was the maid in their house. You know, see, sometimes you can hire the wrong people. You better know who you letting in your house. Okay? Don't be so quick to hire people to do anything for you. You got to vet them, man. A lot of times it's an inside job. Very few random stuff that goes on here. He says, I'm very safe here in Tulum, Argyle, Cebu. My girl's family, they all live around us, and she's related to the captain. Yeah, they know who you are. And they already know that you're okay. But if you wasn't okay, they're not going to protect you. Filipinos are loyal, man. They will protect you. They'll look out for your property and everything. They'll look out for you. I'm pretty sure if somebody wanted to bother me, or maybe they already did, somebody stepped up to him and said, no, man, he's okay. Leave him alone. I'm almost certain of that. And that's usually how it works. I've helped so many people in St. Carlos City. You know, they know I don't have a big safe in here full of money. They already know that. He says, is it true that Elon Musk is building a mansion? I'm not sure, honestly. What's up, Rashad? He said, enjoy your life, fellas. 7 young people from an ice rink I go to in Virginia was killed on the plane. Wow. Live your life, fellas. You run out of life, not out of time. Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm all about. Even before that plane crash, man, go on my, y'all think I just be on here yapping. Go on my last live stream, which was a day before the crash. Well, it happened before the crash. I said, come over here and treat these women right. Don't be over here trying to use them. I said, because the universe is always watching. I said, fuck around and your plane crash on the way back home. That's what I said. But that's what I'm always talking about. You're in the fourth quarter. I'm so thankful to be alive, man. There's people who deserve to be alive today more than me, believe it or not. They didn't make it, man. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm still here. I'm taking it right out of the book when the guy says we all hit the cosmic lottery. You don't know how you got here. All there is life. That's all we know for sure is life. And right now. You don't know what's going to happen behind that curtain of death and all that. You better live, man. I'm living, man. I ain't got time. All that fighting and arguing and stuff like that. Ty says, I want to move there. How much money would I need? That's a great question. That's the only question I can't answer. But I would say have a recurring income. Okay? I would say that. I would say that. Have a recurring income. Otherwise, man, you spend a lot of money over here. It's not that the Philippines is expensive. It's just the guy talked about loneliness. Loneliness will make you spend more money. You just end up spending more money over here than you normally would. Eating out, buying stuff you don't need. Because it's not expensive over here. We just spend more money. We bring our spending habits over here. That's really all it is. It's not any more expensive. It's a lot less expensive over here. But $1,000 in your hand in America is going to be the same 1,000 over here. You're going to spend it the same way because your spending habits haven't changed. Now you give that same 1,000 to the typical Filipino. Now you've got 58,420 pesos. That money's going to go a lot further. I'm talking about the typical Filipino, not the one you done spoiled. Where now they're buying lobster and shrimp at the market when they weren't before. He said, we don't know how we got here and don't know how we leave the earth. Yeah, that's right. So enjoy it, man. I mean, why not enjoy it? Every damn breath, as far as I'm concerned. You know, people think I'll be joking when I say I don't waste a heart on. I don't waste anything like that, man. I don't take life for granted anymore. I've lived long enough. So many of my loved ones, family, and friends have died. I mean, they've gone on. They're unconscious. They're unalive. You either alive or you unalive. I'm already convinced. There's nothing you can do that's going to make me waste my time. That's going to make me hate you or hold a grudge. Life goes by too quick, man. This is all there is, man, that we know 100% sure. All that other stuff, they're asking you to believe on faith alone. There's no proof. This is the only thing that's real right now. And I'm rolling with that. He said, if you don't have a good monthly income, don't come here because you can't work here. Yeah. Or get you a job in America. I've got a friend, Kaz, he's got a good job online. He's been living here over 2 years. He's got a good remote job. That's what I would do. He's young, though. He can't retire for a long time. He's almost got 20 years more. So what better to do than get you a nice remote job that pays good? I mean, I was telling him, I said, man, you don't know how good you got it because you do it every day. You know, so many people ask me all the time, how, you know, I'm ready to get off this hamster wheel over here, leave this rat race. How can I do it over there? Well, he's doing it. I said, man, if you just made videos about your life, it would be popular, man. So many people want what he's got. To be in your early 40s and you living over here, his girlfriend's in her early 20s. He's living up in Manila, nice condo, the whole thing, man. He's living his life. He said after last year, I'm playing with house money. Yeah, I retired 2019. Only when you become close to being unalive, that's crazy that you got to damn near die to start appreciating life. Man, I hope nobody watching this has to be convinced like that. You know, where you almost have to die in order for you to start enjoying life. We're too distracted. That's the problem. We're too distracted to really understand what life, how precious life is. That we should be holding on to every damn moment, man, every second. But we won't do it because they distract us. Sitting there watching sports and politics, arguing with people. Somebody owe you $20. So what, man? Pay me when you get it. Otherwise, okay, you can have the $20. But you're not going to get any more. He said, Rodney James said, you should do a video on what is an appropriate amount of money for a Filipino man for a Filipino man to give their Pinay girlfriend in a serious relationship. You mean a foreign man or a Filipino man? There's different rules. I don't know what a Filipino man. They're cooperating. You know, Rodney. I mean, I don't know if that's a trick question or not. The rules are different, Rodney, for you than a Filipino man. I mean, it's not the same. I don't have that experience. I couldn't tell. Why? How could I do a video on that? I only talk about stuff that I've experienced. Okay. But if you think you're on the same plane as a Filipino man, you got a lot to learn. You're not. You can't even compare yourself. Okay. There's different rules for us over here, Rodney. I'm sure you know that. That's why you asked this question. Okay? They go with Filipino men for their good looks and intelligence. They go with you, Rodney, for your financial situation. But at the same time, you're going to get something that the Filipino man, it takes him a long, long time to get to. But yeah, the rules are different. Okay? I mean, don't come over here if you got a problem with that. We talk about that all the time. Don't come over here if you got a problem with taking care of a woman. I mean, I don't give Marilyn an allowance. But whatever I guess she can have, but I don't give her an allowance. Okay, that's only for guys who give their woman an allowance. Some guys do that, and then they say, oh, that's it. Don't ask me for anything else. See, I don't work like that because every situation is not the same. Every day is not the same. My woman's never going to need anything as long as she's with me. Okay? I'm not going to give her, like John was giving his girlfriend 12,000 pesos a month, which is a lot of money for her when she used to work like a Hebrew slave for 4,000. But then he would say, according to him, he was saying, oh, that's enough. Don't ask me for nothing else. I don't believe that. But he said he was supplying everything else. If you want to give your parents and your family and stuff, take it out to 12,000. But yeah, you know, Rodney, that there's different rules for you than the Filipino man. Okay? Come on. He said from red beans and rice to red lobster. See, when I was talking about, remember the other live stream I said, yeah, Big Shirley got a wake-up call. My wife got her wake-up call. She said, ninjas like you come a damn a dozen. Because she's sitting high on the hog. She don't realize I was one of the reasons why, lady, you came that far. Okay? You able to get your hair done, your nails done, you driving a new van, you got a nice house and a daycare. Okay? She thinking she can go out there and get another man. Sorry, she got a wake-up call. Big Shirley's have to pay in America. The man's not gonna respect you like I did. You're my wife. I didn't mind that you got older, you gained a little weight. But now you going back out there as Big Shirley. Now, I tell the Filipino the same way. See, we'll spoil them, and they'll think men like us come a damn a dozen, and now that they can get their hair done, and their nails done, and they drive a new motorcycle, and they eating good every damn day. They want to roll the dice and go back out there. You're going to get your Filipino wake-up call. Okay, you're going to end up meeting one of these pretenders out here that ain't got a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out. Now you done got rid of the good man that's responsible for your new life. See, they don't talk about that. So go on out there if you want to and shake up the dice again. There's no telling what you're going to get. And sometimes they do that. They do that, Kamal. They forget where they came from. You barely scraping by. Now all of a sudden, you're a multi-millionaire over here. You don't know anybody. I see them. It's going on here in St. Carlos City. You were homeless. You didn't have a pot to piss in. Now all of a sudden, you got it all. Be careful. Be careful is all I'm telling you. Confident Voice speaks that some people here in California couldn't grasp that I was living in Philippines and on a sabbatical. Yeah, we're so focused, man, on that damn hamster wheel. We design our whole lives around our job. Our jobs control us over there. It's the time you're going to realize, man, that money's not everything. Yeah, we need it, but it's not everything. And you're never going to have enough. Not over there. How much is enough? He says, I haven't worked in 2 years, no income. I've been here a year, 40 years old, just liquidating assets. Because it doesn't cost. The cost of living over here is, you a prime example, Saran, a lot, that what I'm telling you is true. It does cost less to live over here, a whole lot less. But we spend, it's our spending habits that make it seem like the Philippines is so expensive. Yeah, thank you, Thomas. He said, Filipino men give her everything he has. Yeah, that's the difference. They get the whole paycheck, Rodney James. So you're not going to give her everything. But yeah, my ex-wife, her mother, man, when her father died, on payday, he better be home at a certain time. If not, she going out looking for him. And he better not have spent any of that paycheck. Okay? His ass, that's his ass. She would cut up his clothes, and then at night, while he sleeps, she's sewing them back together. True story, man. Okay? But there's different rules for us over here. How much is a Filipino man? It's a different rules. Okay? Don't think that you on the same plane as the Filipino man over here. Come on, guys. Y'all know better. What's up, Keith? Michael Alexander said 13 friends of mine that were my age have died in the past 15 months. Take life serious. But he said, yeah, he said, thanks, Cal. It was a trick question. I know it was. Because I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? I had to read it again because I thought you said foreigner man. Because I was like, well, I don't give my woman an allowance, but I keep my money, the money that I have, like for a week or whatever, I keep it in, I got a little wallet that somebody gave me, maybe Marilyn bought it for me. And if she needs anything, she just go in there and get it. But I don't say, here, Marilyn, here's, 10,000 a month or whatever. Okay. I give her money for the college education for our daughter. But her, no. I don't do that. What's up, TJ? He said some friends are in town visiting, so I missed the last few of these. Are you back in Vietnam? What's up, Alpha Male? What's up, Dax? Ain't so many good life points. True. You die once, but you live every day. Yeah, live your life and do right by others. That's all I'm saying, man. Shakespeare, that's one of my favorite quotes, man. He said, what little we know of death. Life should be a paradise. Quit wearing your life away. The psychologist says that 92% of the things we worry about never happen. And the other 8%, worrying don't do any good. It's just going to happen. But we'll sit there and worry our life away. Stuck on stupid, scared to move. Crazy, man. That's why, man, he said, Calvin, what is your definition of a long-distance relationship, mileage-wise? I looked that up, Retired 2019, man. Me and you think a lot alike. Guess what a long distance relationship is mileage wise? You're not going to believe this. 200 miles. Okay? That's the long distance relationship. So imagine, that's why I call this over here, this is a long distance conversation. This is a long distance relationship. It's so crazy that I wouldn't even, somebody in their right mind wouldn't even think of it as a long distance relationship. Wouldn't even think of having a girlfriend over here on the other side of the. That's just something that. And then they asked the question, when I was looking this up, they asked the question. They said, what's the longest? One guy said 2 hours. 2 hours was his longest. And you know, one guy said 20 minutes. One woman said 30 miles. Okay. Here you are, you're coming 8,000 miles on the other side of the planet. You got to sit in an airplane for 20 hours. That's why I tell you, long distance relationship is for fools over here. Both of y'all fool. She's not a fool though. You a fool. You the one got to jump through all the hoops and run around in circles, turn flips, just to come and see her. Meanwhile, she's just over here, you know, minding her own business, living life like she normally does. You're the fool. You're in the long distance relationship. She's not. Because if she gets tired of it, guess what? She's going here to Dong Dong. She's going to go to Dodong, Dodong. You know, it's what they call the men over here. Dodong. Okay, she's going to get it. Meanwhile, you over there. They take pictures of each other, the screenshot where, you know, she's in here, they sleeping together. Y'all fools, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you can't move over here and you don't want to bring her back to your country, then come over here and establish that, okay, I'll see you when I can. But I'm not going to maintain you 8,000 miles away. I'm not going to do it. Stupid. Hey, Alpha Male, he said, did you work out today, Cal? You looking swole. Not today. I'm going later. I've been working out every day. Since January the 13th was when I joined the gym. I paid for a 1 month membership. I worked out every single day but 2 days. One going to Bentine and one coming back. Yeah, man, I feel tight. I'm working out every day with this 75 hard challenge. But yeah, guys, don't do that long distance thing. Come over here and see enjoy yourself, and say, okay, and then you know your schedule, whether you can come back, whether you can stay, or whatever it is. But don't be trying to maintain a woman all the way over there. Don't say I didn't warn you. Okay? Because remember, you can't miss what you never had. Once you give it to her and you give it to her good, she gonna want it. And you come and see her once a year, once every 6 months. I don't see how guys are doing it. What are you doing in between time? In the meantime, in between time. You know they say that. What are you doing? He says, I wish we could stop giving them money for themselves, but pay only for the child. Yeah, the thing is, though, you can't give the child. You got to give the money to her. What I look like giving Booby the money? Booby don't know the value of money. She'll throw it out the window. And just, you know, you just got to trust that the woman's going to do the right thing. Once you give them the money, you've done what you've done. It's no longer your money. Yeah, that peculiar mental twist, that's real. We're the problem a lot of times. You know, they talk about, oh, the woman, she's westernized. You westernize her. You spoil her. You create the monster. they eventually comes back and eats your ass up. We do all that. We're crazy. Hey, FX Trader, thanks for that super sticker. Hey, Road to the Philippines. Thanks for the super chat. Now, see, he knows, okay? And I talk to him all the time. I was like, Danny, how do you do it? He said, people don't have a clue to what a true LDR is. It's painful, man. Okay, he's got an attractive woman. I mean, really attractive. Okay. Now, I can't remember the last time you were here, but imagine you come in here for the 2 or 3 weeks or month that you stay here. Then you got to go back home for however many more months. That would kill me, man. Just knowing that, you know, what's waiting for me over here, and I can't get to it. I got the money, but I can't get to it. I can't get off work or whatever it is. Them LDRs, man, it's torture to me. Why torture yourself like that? He says a true LDR here is like 15 kilometers. Yeah, about 20. I don't know. I don't think you can call that a long distance relationship when somebody lives on the other end. But, you know, Danny, you made that commitment. So you're so deep into it now that you're like, okay, well, 2025, I'm off the hamster wheel. You made it like an investment, okay? I'm investing because he invests in Bitcoin, stuff like that. Maybe that's the way you're looking at it. You're like, okay, now you got all this over here because you've done a damn good thing over here. Now it's just getting over here. But I wouldn't do it to myself, man. I forgot all about you. I'm glad you on here. You have the real LDR. Man, I just don't think I could be away from Maryland for 6 months like that. Not saying that I would fool around something. I'm just saying that I would miss her, man. I mean, you know, I ain't gonna lie. Philippine Paradise says, how does the Filipino woman feel after getting into a relationship with a foreigner? Does she have any animosity toward the Filipino man? No. Here's this is my experience. Okay, I don't know about anybody else. Filipinos, they always are going to they will respect the lowest Filipino man on the totem pole over here more than you. She never loses respect for the Filipino man because they understand the struggle. They understand what he's going through. He does the best he can over here. No, they just made the decision, okay, I want a better life. I'm not going to be able to get it with him. The ones who decide to do that, remember, it's only a small fraction. Most women, they're with that Filipino man. Okay, they're working together to try to, you know, get out of the funk that they're in. You know, to rise from the ashes. They're going to struggle together, like my mother and father did. But the ones who decided, you know, okay, I want a better life, they don't have any animosity toward Filipino men. They're just with you now. You know, Marilyn's father of her kids, he's welcome to come over here, man. He won't come. She don't have any animosity toward him. She's moved on. Remember, their matinee idols are Filipino men. They go to bed dreaming of Filipino men and wake up dreaming of Filipino men. But at some point in their life, they're like, well, I'm tired of struggling. And a lot of it has to do with the friends and family, maybe with a foreigner, the internet. They just don't have the patience anymore. This isn't the old Philippines. Marilyn and her mother are nothing alike for real. They're like night and day. Her mother's been single ever since the father died. She's had some old chat mates from Taiwan and something, old Chinese men, but Nobody's ever came and seen Merlin's mother. Imagine all those years. You know, they're nothing alike. They come from two different generations. That's the generation. Her mother comes from the generation that all these Filipinos that we meet now, okay, they're riding their coattails. This is the reason we come over here thinking we're going to get somebody like her mother. Don't you know, man, when I come home from the gym, I never tell her mother to do any of this. My dinner's already done. You know, I drink tea at night. She's already done everything. Squeeze the lemon, put the honey in the cup. Got my 2 tea bags laying there every single day. Okay? Every single day. That's what you get from that generation. You're not going to get that out of the typical Filipino you're living with now. But no, they never do get animosity toward the men over here, man. The tricycle driver, the pedicab driver, she gonna respect him more than she respects you. Hey, Confident Boy Speaks, thanks for that super chat. He says, I'm in the United Lounge and Matt Gaetz is here. Oh, wow. Matt Gaetz is here. One of Trump's buddies. He probably went down to the border to talk crap. Now, did he, I thought they shot him down. They didn't, I thought he stepped down, didn't he? Matt Gaetz? Because he got some type of charges or something. But yeah, we're getting, the women we're dealing with now, they're just tired. They're not as patient as the women before them. They just like, I want it now. And you see them getting younger and younger. They like, I don't want to work all those hours and all that. I want the automatic upgrade. So you'll see them with a 70-year-old man and a 19. I got a guy who I consider him a friend now. He's 70. The woman is 19. You know, that says a lot about the woman. It's like, okay, I don't want to go to college. I don't want to work these jobs. I don't want to struggle with a Filipino man. I want it now. He says here in the Philippines, a friend married to a Filipino was hiding money under the rug. I don't know why. Why is he doing that? Thomas said, real men will provide for his woman and give her everything she needs, but not an allowance. Yeah, Marilyn, I don't give her an allowance. She's got access to whatever I got. But she, you know, she's not like that. She's not going to run out and buy a Louis Vuitton bag or something like that. Okay? He said, one time the driver said, fact, Cal, I tricked off too much money before I came over there. Look at Booby. What's Booby doing? What? An ant? Yeah. Yeah, y'all better get used to the ants over here. Yeah, Booby would get that money and buy 100 lollipops. Yeah, she'll probably get a man 1,000 peso bill for 2 lollipops for her and Sophia. They don't know the value of the money. What's up, Clyde? J Bowl from Chicago. He said you should make a topic, make a video on the topic. The men westernize the women and turn her into the monster that eats them alive. That's what happens. That's what we do. We think, oh, don't take her over there to America, leave her here. You're going to destroy her. She never has to step foot out of the country. Man, look at these Filipino vloggers. They haven't went anywhere. None of them got visas. They're over here. They're westernized already. You don't have to go nowhere. You're going to westernize them. The minute you move into that condominium, aircon, a real mattress, hot shower, all the rice she can eat. She's getting her hair done on a regular basis, nails, manicure, pedicure, a massage. Okay? You got all, you know, the big screen TV, Wi-Fi, cable, the new phone. You've already did that to her. And then after a while, she'll forget where she came from. And she'll say, okay, I'm going to roll the dice. Because now she's thinking she's more than what she really is. She don't realize you're the reason why she's up there now. She'll start thinking, oh, I can get me in like him a dime a dozen. Okay. You're going to get your Filipino wake-up call. See, that's what I should make a video on. Because a lot of them get that. They get their Filipino wake-up call. I told you her sister was with a man who had generational money. But now, listening to her friends, got her Filipino wake-up call. Out here now, can't rub 2 pesos together. The man loved her. Had already had plans drawn up for a $4 million house with a swimming pool in the back. But guess what? Some other woman's got that swimming pool now. And everything like that. A good guy. But no. Once she had all that money, she thought, oh yeah, I got lifetime money now. I never look back. I'm going to run off with the bicycle mechanic at the Gisano. She got her Filipino wake-up call. Okay? Some other woman is getting all that now. All that money. And everything. The diamond rings, the trips, everything. What's up, Mike Dawsonville? He said, I did 4 years of LDR before I brought my wife back to the United States. It's not for everybody. It's a mindset. Yeah, that LDR is a bad boy. How many times were you coming over, Mike, seeing your wife? Because that 4 years, believe it or not, was a good vetting process. But you really don't need to vet them that long anymore. If she's going to run off over there, you're going to see some signs over here. But we overlook the red flags. You can't see the red flags when you got your eyes all in the bushes. You all in the bush. So you can't see the red flags. But they're there. We overlook them. Because most of the women that get brought to the United States, they don't run off. They stay with the husband. And like I said before, you know, and you may not believe it, but it's going to be easier for her to acclimate to the United States than you to acclimate over here. So when all that, oh, I'm not going to take her back to the United States, eventually you are. Because you're not going to be able to make it over here. It's not as easy for you to assimilate over here. As if she knows English language. She can speak the language. She can write it. She can fill out applications. She can work over there. She can do everything over there that you can't do over here. But when you hear, all we hear is the horror stories. There's so many good stories, like Mike Dawsonville's story, that you never hear. So I'm telling them, there's a guy coming here now. He took his wife to America. They still over there. They still together. He's going to tell his story today. These are the stories y'all don't hear. All you hear about, oh, she ran off on the man. Most of the women that you take over there, my wife included, they do not run off. They go over there and do exactly what you thought they were going to do. They get a job. They start working. They start sending money in ballot buying boxes back here. But they don't go over there and start fooling around with other men. Now, if she was doing it over here, yeah. He says, I met my wife in Hong Kong. She's in the U.S. with me now. We're going back to the Philippines in March from Calibo Regency. Yeah, see? I'm telling you from experience. I'm not telling you something I made up. I took my wife over and didn't hear a peep out of her. Now, the men, yeah, you got to keep them off of her because they never seen a woman like that before. You know, there was a reason I lived in Shavley, which is a diverse neighborhood. I wasn't going to bring my wife back to the hood because I know they wasn't going to respect her. Hell, when she used to go to work, I get to the point where I got to get up early in the morning to take my wife to work. So these clowns know, look, man, leave my wife alone. She got a man. Okay? That's who you got to worry about, the next pet over there. You got to worry about the woman. They never seen a woman over there with real long hair down to her behind, perfect skin and all that. They never saw that before. Yeah, he said, time for lunch. Keep it real. Don't do anything stupid. Yeah, I'm going to get off here too, Sir Ron, a lot. Jamiso Williams, he says, I already built my house in the Philippines, building a wet kitchen. I'll be back in the Philippines in March. Yeah, we got our dirty kitchen out there. Yeah, but most women, they don't run off from you, man. He said the karma catches up with you. Treat your woman well and she'll treat you like a king. But that's what I'm telling you, man. You know, the universe is always watching. If you got a good woman over here, you might as well, man, keep her. Even though our dating pool is so good. Okay, now theirs is different. If they say, I don't care how old the man is, I don't care what he looks like, if he's treating you good, Filipinos, if you're watching this right now, you better stick with him. Because you don't know what you're going to get out of that cesspool that you got to choose from. It's really bad. You better hold on to him. That next pet's always lurking, man. It's bad over there, man. That would be the only reason I would hesitate bringing a woman over there. Not because I'm afraid she's going to run off, but you probably going to end up having to shoot one of them clowns over there. That's so disrespectful, man. You know, and I really seen it up close when we used to go to the barber shop, me and my son. Of course, my wife would come with me. They'll stare a hole through the damn woman like they never seen a woman before. Like, dude, you know, want y'all show some respect. I had to tell my friend, this guy, a real good friend. We're fellow insurance agents. You know, the first thing he told me, he came over my house when I bought my wife, oh, you got a nice looking wife. I'm like, dude, it's the last time he came to my house. Like, dude, come on. He said, I would not bring my woman back here. But you know, it's not the woman you got to worry about. It's these men over there. You know, it's true. They won't leave them alone. They want your woman because a lot of them don't have a passport. Okay, they're on these dating sites and everything, but they'll never step foot in the Philippines. So they'll wait till you bring your woman over there, and they'll hope and pray that something goes wrong. And then they can date your wife. Or they'll keep throwing rocks at her. What are you doing with that old man? I can take better care of you. He can't satisfy you. Okay. And they're not listening to that. Well, he said, that's a big red flag. I never brought men over my house. That's true. Okay. That's one of the first lessons. I believe my father told me that. He said, if you married, then you bring married men to your house with their wife. Don't bring single men to your house. And that's really how I do it today. That's really why I ask guys, I say, hey, when they say, can I stay at the guest house? I say, are you with somebody? That's the number one reason I ask them that. Because it's like, I feel out of place, man. You know, it's like, you're in the Philippines, man, and you don't have a date, a chaperone, or somebody. Now that's a red flag to me. You don't have to marry her, but damn, if you come to the Philippines, man, have a girlfriend, have somebody you traveling around with. You know. He said it's true that they're sick when it comes to it. They are, man. You know, they haven't seen something exotic like that. You know. And see, when I bought my wife over there, she was 36, 26, 36. She gained weight now because, you know, she's in America now. But, man, they never seen anything like that, man. Don't you know the damn doctor, okay, when when you bring your wife over there, they suggest to you that you take her and get a physical. Okay, well, we made an appointment. So I'm in the car. I say, just go in there, I'll be in there in a minute. So I'm in the lobby. She comes out in the lobby, and we get back in the car. We go back home. The damn doctor then gave her his number, trying to hit on my wife. That's all you got to really worry about. You don't have to worry about her doing anything. It's them fools over there. Yeah, he said, why would you want to hang out as a single man at your married friend's house? Yeah, I don't understand it. Hey, what's up, the medical drug doctor? He says, has anyone tried to trick you into a guest house welcome? Claim they have a lady? Well, no, it's like that. I don't really care. They come over single. But I'm saying I would rather them have a woman because, that way we can go out. We can do more things together. It just makes a better time for everybody. Really. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Because I've had guys come over here, man, and their eyes are disrespectful. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, even the doctor, man. The doctor, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, dude, I could have his license, taken. But, those doctors, they see all those, immigrants like that, women like that all the time. I guess they think they easy pickings. But yeah, she said, yeah, he gave me his number. I'm like, well, why would the doctor give you a number on a little scraggly piece of paper instead of a business card and all that? But she told me he's asking personal questions. Like who wants to date her? He says that being respectful to you, Calvin, never come to your house alone. I'm just saying, why would you? I mean, like, damn, can't you? I mean, if I'm going to come all the way over here, it doesn't mean you got to marry the woman and she got to be your live-in. But damn, if I'm going to be traveling around, I'm going to have a woman with me, man. That's just me. Yeah, he said some of those doctors end up exposed too. Yeah, they do. The more I think about it now, see, at the time, I didn't even want any trouble because she had just got there. I was just happy she was there. I didn't want to cause any trouble. But as time went on, I was like, I should expose this fool. But yeah, thank y'all so much, man, for your super chat, super stickers, all your thumbs up, all your support for Sunshine Shoulders. Remember the meet and greet. If you're here in Cebu, February the 15th on a Saturday, 2 weeks from today, at Bimbo Sports Bar and Grill. Come on out, man. From 12 to 4. I've got a guy, he's probably on his way here now. He's probably trying to message me now. He may already be here. I'm going to interview him and probably upload that in the morning. But take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see y'all next time.